Many batsmen have stamped their authority on cup match, but none more emphatically than Somerset's prolific run-getter Gennaro Tucker, who has amassed more runs than any other batsman in cup match and is the only player to date to score 4 centuries in the Classic's history. So what is it that gets Tucker's juices flowing on the big occasion?
When you look around the field, the atmosphere alone, you got people just enjoying the 2 days of cup match, sitting off, partying, music, drinking. So when it comes to me, it's like they've come to see me. So it's like my time for me to say, you've come, you paid to see me, and now it's my time to say, I'm going to show you what I can do. And that's what it's all about. So I set my mind to doing certain things, and it just happens. And I just follow through with it. And I just make sure that whatever they've paid, they're happy that I've entertained them.
In 2001, Tucker produced cup match's highest innings at Wellington Oval, a majestic 186 that surpassed Lloyd James's previous record of 173 not out that had stood for 39 years.
I really wasn't really playing to break the record until I got to like 150. And once I got to 150, I think it was Clay came to me and says, do you know what's the next target? Like, I'm like, whatever, like, what is it? It's like, oh, the cup match record. So I didn't want to really put my mind on it because I want to continue to play my game and just try to get there as quick as possible rather than ones, twos. So I thought I'm just going to continue to play. Whatever happens, happens. And once I reached that milestone, it was like, I was just ecstatic like that it really happened. It was joyful for me, and to watch everybody come on the field, my mother, my father, all these Somerset people, it was great. It was a good feeling.
When he broke Lloyd James' record, hey, that was a great achievement that he accomplished. And it made me feel proud, my wife and I, and the family, and everybody else as a fan. It was a great achievement.
Certainly of all the batsmen I've seen, I rate Gennaro right there with the best. And I tell you, when I look at Somerset, I've always, look at Somerset batsmen that I've seen. I always said Colin, Colin Blades to me was a batsman who looked like he would never get out, when he came to the wicket. And Gennaro Tucker's like that too. When Gennaro comes to the wicket, it don't look like you can ever get him out.
He's a great bat. Now Gennaro, he's one of the best bats, as far as I'm concerned, in Bermuda. Gennaro, if he stayed in cup match in all 3 or 4 years, he get about 3 more centuries. Because the ball is standard now, it's medium to straight. There's no bowler that's really, that you can say, match-winning bowlers, hoping that something happens. So with Gennaro's mentality, if he stays in all 3 years, he probably got another 3 or 4 wickets, 4 centuries.
Watching my father play cup match, it was always something that I wanted to do. So once I started playing cricket, I said, well, this is where I'm going to make sure I got a part of this classic.
It makes me feel great, just to sit back and watch Gennaro. From all the talent that he has, I was part of that organization, or showing him how to play cricket, how to bat, and do other things.
I used to play a lot of cricket in Rangers parking lot. I used to go home, got my cricket bat and ball, and since it's mine, I'm first. So I used to get the trash can, bring it in the car park, and I'm first. And that's how we used to play. Sometimes they want to cheat me out, so I'll take my bat and ball and I'm getting there. But they used to say, all right, look, you come back in, you got another hit. So that's how that's how it happened. And that's how I developed playing with older guys in the parking lot. And that's pretty much in a nutshell.
Tucker is among a handful of players to have scored 1,000 runs or more in cup match, and the only Somerset player to have achieved the feat to date. The first player to amass 1,000 runs in cup match was former St George's skipper Wendell Smith, who reached the milestone in 1992 at Wellington Oval.
What made that special to me was the fact that my grandfather passed that May, and the year before I was dismissed on 96, and he let me know on certain terms that I should have scored a century. So When he passed in hospital, I closed my eyes. I watched him die. I closed my eyes and told him that on his deathbed, I promise you I'll get you a century this year. And although he had moved on to another place, it was in my mind that cup match that I would honor his name and score a century, and that was the Clay and I both scored a century. The actual run was a ball that was on my pads. I just turned around the corner and Dexter Smith called for a quick single, and I was happy to reach that milestone. But to be honest, it was never about personal milestones. I enjoyed playing in St. George's where we had a really good team. I was fortunate to play people like Charlie Marshall, Noel Gibbons, Clevie Wade, Arnold Mendes, guys who truly loved the game.
The distinction of being the first player to score 1,000 runs in cup match could have easily gone to St. George's Lloyd James, who bowed out of the Classic with 988 runs under his belt while still at the top of his game.
Cup match to me didn't have the meaning, like it seems as if people lost interest. Because I kind of lost interest because we were winning too much. And I can remember, like, even in displaying my St. George colors, you go out and a lot of people wouldn't wear the colors if they were Somerset. And I can remember one year, on the second day, all the Somerset colors were free. Umbrellas, Somerset, red and blue, free, they couldn't sell them. St. George's umbrellas, the price doubled. So it kind of took away the fighting spirit that I had for cup match. And I said, well, people are not that interested in cup match anymore. Little did I realize, and then especially when I saw the year that Somerset won, those people, all of that hidden spirit was just pressed down because of this St. George's power. But once Somerset won, whoo, got so many people, you know, coming at me like, we got you now, you know. But if I had felt that spirit while I was playing, down my later years, then I guess I would probably play it on.
James retired from cup match in 1974. The same year, teammates Rupert Scotland and Lee Rayner produced the Classic's highest betting partnership at Somerset Cricket Club. The pair produced an unbeaten 229-run 6-wicket stand, with the late Scotland scoring 120 and Rayner an even 100. This year marks the 40th anniversary of that remarkable feat.
Rupert, see, batting is like your personality. Rupert was brutal. He was a brutal batsman. Sweep, cut, and he liked to hit the ball hard. I like to think of myself more scientific. So I think it made a good match in the middle there, where he was brutal, but and I was more science. So we sort of made it like we hooked up and made like a good partnership, a good you know. We just worked out where our thing was in tune. In other words, we were in tune with one another.
Scotty took his game very, very seriously. A vicious cutter and puller of the cricket ball, and one who I would say valued his wicket a whole lot. Rupert wasn't the type of person who believed in backing away just to give somebody a slot. If you were good enough, earn it. He believed in that. He was a very, very good cricketer, and he took his game very, very seriously.
He was a treat to watch and to play with and to bat with. He's colorful, very colorful, and his stroke play, he wasn't a slugger. Rupert was a hard hitter of the ball, but he kept the ball on the ground. If he had to hit the ball out of the ground, it'd be professional. It would be like sort of in a professional way. He'll do it. You know, he wouldn't just slug.
Parfit, for me, is the best bowler I've seen in Bermuda.
Ben has been, right, I call him the best wicket keeper in the world.